Rena was still on the phone. Ooishi-san was definitely trying to stall her. From what I could hear, it sounded like he is telling her that they investigated the main Sonozaki residence and found something awful in their secret basement or something like that. You know, they do actually have wait. Yeah, they have that, and they have that secret kind of torture room, don't they? But I don't think they're actually, obviously, not actually investigating it, are they? Hey, if you went too far, Rena would believe everything again. Man was going to get hit again for lying. Which one are you speaking? Maybe it's both of them. Keiichi! I can't voice act two at the same time. Rika-chan and Satoko rolled up to me. Did you hear? That's my specialty. I can't let Rena-san do this to me. Satoko realized how serious the situation was as well. The lives of the hostages, including her own, were about to be taken. Yet she tried to remain strong. Satoko, even if you die, please don't hate Rena. Rena is sick. She was just unfortunate enough to get this tragic disease. Remember? We had so much fun together.
Satoko, I still believe both you and Rena are my wonderful friends. How can you still say that she is your friend after what she has done to me on time? But can't you understand, Satoko? Once a demon starts acting inside, no matter how tragic the outcome, you just can't stop it.
Oh, that face. Satoko quietly hung her head. I didn't understand what Rika-chan was trying to say to Satoko, but maybe.
I believe in Rena-san.
There you go, Satoko. I hugged Satoko's head. Rika-chan's arms were tied so she couldn't embrace Satoko, but she put her forehead close to her in praise. Okay then, I'm asking the world's best trap experts. If you were to blow up this room, where would you set a time bomb?
Count on me! The device has to be connected to an outlet hat.
Yeah, that's right. But it could be somewhere else other than this room. It's possible that she spread gasoline all over a different room and set the device there.
No, I don't think she had enough time to do that. She had gasoline hidden close by and only spread it here. It was about all the time she had.
I remember now, Rena told me last night that she had to prepare something for today. That means she had things ready since then, at least.
Those are all the hints I get, eh? What a cruel mind-sweeping game.
You can find it, Satoko. If you can't, there's no way I can. I'm wagering all my trust in you. It's like no pressure, I think.
You can do it, Satoko. In order to save Rena, please find it. In that case, very well. I shall prove that Renaissance trap is chance play compared to one of my own.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. If you were to blow up this room, where would you set a time bomb? Satoko grinned and then closed her eyes to concentrate. Then 50 minutes later. Wait, what? Who are you people who's saying that? Move over. Who's in charge here? Several cars had arrived, producing several men. They went from the Oknomiya station. One of the men was wearing a suit despite the hot weather. He approached me, pushing Kumagai aside. Hey, look who's here. Good to see you again. Oktaka-kun from the prefectural headquarters. Watch your mouth. I rank much higher than you now, so don't address me so casually. Can I help with something, Oktaka-kun? I am rather busy at the moment. You can't possibly be thinking about taking over this case. Who approved that exactly? I did, Ooishi's cousin. Chief? It's just like, the Ooishi voice is like the evil blackboard voice. It takes, it's like, Okazuki-kun has informed me of the situation. He also told me that you started all this. You can go now, the troops will take over. The troops, Sukuna-kun, you aren't going to storm the building, are you? I understand the risk, but we don't have any time left before the bomb goes off. I need a fucking drink. You've taken too long. We're here to take care of the mess you left behind. Just step back for a minute. I can talk back here for both the chief and a guy from the prefectural headquarters gave me an order. Ooishi-san, who the heck is he? That's I'm Taka-kun. Long time ago he was showing off even though he was bad at mahjong, so I taught him a lesson. Maybe he still holds a grudge from when I knocked him unconscious in that kendo tournament.
You know, what is the kanji characters in his name? I mean, I probably wouldn't recognize them anyway, but still. Man, it's been so long. Oh, that must be it. I think that's the character for person. Wait. Just realized they both got the same character in the name there. Ooishi and Taka-kun, you know, right here. They're not so different after all. Well, they are. They got a different kanji character. But they got the first kanji character, which I'm pretty sure is for person. So that, both of the names begin with O, but that doesn't necessarily mean they have the same kanji character, but they do. That's interesting. I don't know what the other kanji characters mean, though. I mean, I know that one. That one's what? I always know that one. It's so distinct. And the fact that he's referring to him with Kun rather than San shows Ooishi doesn't really see him quite as higher up as he supposedly is. Obviously, we didn't get along. Give me the latest update, Ooishi-kun. Are you serious about storming this school? We were out to settle this thing peacefully with some sleeping pills. What are you trying to accomplish here? It's too late for that. If we had another hour, that would be possible. Instead, a special unit from the prefectural police department to move in. Your unit will be their backup. Chief, you know what's going on, don't you? That classroom itself has turned into a huge bomb. But even the classroom isn't the bomb we're scared of. It's the suspect Rena. We finally calmed her down and found a way to settle this peacefully, and we were about to start the operation. I know we only have about 10 minutes. What, only 5 minutes have passed? Well, I'll make sure this works. I'll continue negotiating. If it doesn't work, I'll be blown up. Then you can sit back and say, I told you so, okay? Ooishi-kun, a special unit from the prefectural police department isn't just any old unit. You've heard about the second company, haven't you? What's that, Ooishi-san? Is this second company that well known? During about 5 years ago, when the GRA hijacked their airplane, Flight 472. We heard that special counter-terrorist units were put together in Tokyo and Osaka after that incident. Oh, I really need a drink. It tickles the throat, that voice. So they really do exist. Flight 472. I wonder what that's about. You know what, I'm gonna Google it. I'm not gonna actually, research it as I'm doing it. I'm just gonna keep that in mind, because that sounds interesting. Is that a real thing that happens? Amendments. Alright, this looks pretty short then. Japan Airlines Flight 472 was an aircraft hijacking carried out by the Japanese Red Army, JRA, on 28th April 1977. So what were they? It was a communist terrorist group founded by Higurashi early in 1971, after the airport massacre. Sometimes called itself JRA, the JRA synagogues, which were for the Japanese government in the Monaco, as well as the start a world, probably World War, I'd imagine that. Who's this person then? It's like, doesn't even listen. It's like, no, just on the one page. Let order for demanding $6 million and the release of 9 prisoners. Bloody blue. The Prime Minister announced that Germany government would accept him. President president reserve. Wait, what? On the principle that the life of a single person outweighs the earth. A special assault team to deal with future accidents. Limited by police tactically under other generally place they are established in urban factional police survivors survived by National Police Agency. Several jailers involved have yet to be apprehended in the current whereabouts are unknown. Escaped and remained a fugitive until 1987 when he was arrested in Tokyo after in Japan on a forged passport. Given a light sentence, he died in prison on 29th of May 2011. The hijackers, Jun Nishikawa, eventually Lieutenant Johan, was arrested, convicted, and sentenced to life imprisonment. Well, at least they don't fuck around with that, isn't it? It's just like, nope, that kind of act of terrorism, you get a freaking life sentence to that shit. Japan don't fuck around there. Anyways, back to the plot. Wait, what was it again? What did he say? That was the special unit, wasn't it? Special counter-terrorist units were put together in Tokyo. Yeah, it was after that incident, yeah. The special assault team. Why would a special unit from Osaka be here? Osaka smiled proudly. We just happen to be holding a training session with your prefectural police units. We requested their help. Well, that's convenient. You haven't changed, have you? You have a bad tendency to escalate matters quickly. The company members exited the vehicles one after another and took position. They didn't move like policemen. Araka-kun, are you really going to have a gunfight here? One shot is all it'll take to trigger an explosion. Don't worry, they won't use firearms. They're using riot shields and riot guns. These guns send out tear gas at high pressures. There'll be no issue with explosions. I've never heard of such convenient water guns. By the way, couldn't that toy reach the classroom from across the schoolyard? You don't need to worry about that. Just move over and let us do our job. As I lifted my arms exaggeratedly, one elbow accidentally touched the car horn, which honked. Of course, I did it on purpose. I thought he was going to say, accidentally hit him in the face. Are you trying to get Keiichi my bar's attention? Of course. I just hope he heard it. What are you going to tell him now? They're probably thinking about breaking one of the windows with a grenade and then shooting tear gas in the room. They have no idea how serious Rena is. Deadly serious. Yeah, that's a stupid thing, isn't it? It's like, hey, move on out. We're gonna frickin' take over now. We're not even gonna frickin' assess the situation. Just gonna frickin' go in grenades ablaze. Even noise of a window breaking could drive her over the edge. Are you saying a special unit can't suppress her? Of course not. That's why we've been so careful. Rena has been intending to kill herself this whole time. A raid doesn't work on people who don't care about dying. We only have my bar sign now. That's kind of, So if there's supposed to be a unit, you know, specifically for terrorists, that seems like a stupid idea. A lot of terrorists don't even care about that, really. That's kind of like how some terrorists do it, isn't it? They just take their own lions and go down with a bunch of others. So, they seem kind of, what's the word? I don't know, it just doesn't sound like it would work. Ooishi-san, here he is. Oh, this is Ooishi. If you can hear me, please cough. This is an emergency, please listen. I have a feeling it's not good news. Fortunately, you're right. if actual police are getting involved. They're going to ruin everything we've worked for so far. There's a special unit about to break in. Hey, the only reason I haven't used my pepper spray is because that won't stop it from igniting the gas. The raid won't work. If actual police don't understand that Ryuga-san is prepared to die. They're assuming the lighter is just a threat and that she isn't really going to ignite the gas. They'll break in within 5 minutes or so. Please take the lighter from Rena Ryuga before they move in. Is that in addition to your order to do something about the time bomb? Yes, that's right. You gotta be kidding me. You want me to take the light from Rena and do something about the time bomb too, all in 5 minutes? Come on. You're the only one who we can count on. I'm begging you.
How is it, Satoko? Can you think of something? I just have to check the hallway on the first floor. To check whether it's there or not.
What? Has he untied them now?
Knowing Renaissance patterns, if it was on the first floor, it would be there, and if it was on the second floor, it would be there.
I just have to check to see if there's a cord in the hallway on the first floor, right?
It should be there. If Renaissance was in a normal state of mind, I wouldn't know for certain, but with her being like this, I really cannot figure out her fault pattern right now.
Okay, I'll do something. I don't even have time to think about it. I'll look into those two options myself. I don't want another tragedy. You demons down in hell, I bet you're just waiting for an amusing ending to unfold while eating some popcorn. Devil's popcorn. I won't let that happen. I'm going to change everything. And then I'm going to make you pick up your popcorn off the floor. What a weird threat. I spoke to Rena as she continued on with her story about the aliens.
What is it? What's the matter, Keiichi-kun?
Hey, didn't you hear something just now? Wait, what? Rena went quiet and looked around. Rena had become totally paranoid about everything. What, is she back in the room now? Dude, you got like 10 minutes. Once she became worried, she couldn't ignore it. I mean, one of his goals is to get the light off Rena as well as, fuck, I forget what the word is. It's not disarm, is it? Dismantle? Deactivate the bomb, essentially. Once she'd been worried, she couldn't ignore it.
Really? Are you sure, Keiichi-kun?
Yeah, I'm sure I heard something. I knew she'd want to check it herself, but she really couldn't leave the room for something like that. So I wonder, you mustn't have untied anyone then. The dialogue made it seem like they were checking hallways, but they weren't technically because they were still tied up. Satoko was just envisioning in her mind where she could have put the bomb. So in that case, she'd have to ask me to check for her. Rena must have been thinking the same thing.
Keiichi-kun, can you go check?
Rena gave me an order with a fake smile on her lips. Yeah, okay. Rena watched me go out into the hallway. As I did, she spoke to me.
Don't make me angry, okay?
Trust me, I'm your friend.
Yeah, I trust you, so don't betray me, okay? Or I'll smack you in with the fucking hatchet again and you'll be more than bloody.
After being freed from Rena, I looked for a cord in a hurry. How can he even think straight? He had his head hit with a freaking side of a hatchet. He's been busted wide open. I didn't even have 5 minutes. Oh, it's even less now. The office probably had more outlets than anywhere else. I headed for the teacher's office. Shit! Where were the outlets? And like light switches, outlets couldn't always be found near entrances. Damn it, why did the clock in the teacher's office have to make such a loud ticking noise?
Don't worry, Keiichi, we'll find it. Renaissance, what if I were Renaissance? If Renaissance was even more mistrusting than usual, where would she set the trap? Trap expert like myself ought to be able to skirt that.
Was that them saying that while Keiichi's out looking for her? Because that seemed kind of reckless of them, considering Rena would be in the room at the time. What's this? Or maybe it was just them thinking about it before she came back. I saw a plug inserted into the unit under the principal's desk, and I also saw a cord extending under the door to the reception room. There shouldn't have been any reason why a cord had to be extended into that room. The reception room had an outlet of its own. I tiptoed over to the reception room and opened the door. Squeak! The door squeaked as I cracked it open. I poked my head inside the reception room. I saw the suspicious cord crossing the room and extending under the door to the hallway. I followed the cord through the reception room. I opened the door to the hallway, and the cord was extending into the storage closets. Storage closet was used to hold cleaning chemicals. I could smell them from here. The cord was extending into there. I carefully opened the door and turned the light on. It seemed like, the kind of place, doesn't it, that she probably would store something like that. Out of sight, essentially. The cord was attached to another extension cord, and there was an alarm clock that didn't belong in there. I found it. A time bomb. So all I had to do was to unplug the cord. I picked up the alarm clock. It looked like a normal alarm clock. Actually, it was a normal alarm clock. I remembered Kumagai-san calling it a kitchen timer. He said it was a bit like an alarm clock. But this wasn't a bit like an alarm clock. It was an alarm clock. Wait, didn't alarm clocks use batteries? This alarm clock was a battery-operated one too. I looked at the extension cord and there was nothing plugged into it. What was this extension cord for? Why was this extended all the way from the teacher's office? By God! Wait, what?
What? No, Keiichi-san, run!
Satoko?
That's the wrong place, you've been tricked!
A black shadow was covering me. I felt my body freeze. It was so frozen that it felt it was about to crack. I turned around slowly and saw someone holding a hatchet above their head. I dropped the alarm clock. It made a noise as it hit the ground.
Why did you follow the extension cord, and why did you have the alarm clock in your hands? Why did you?
All the cells in my body were frozen. It was Rena's trap. Rena was suspicious of everyone, including me. So, obviously Rena went out to find him, and that's probably where Satoko shouted from the classroom, "It's a trap!" Rena was suspicious of everyone, including me. This whole time she thought there was someone connected to the police, people outside. It was a trap to lure that person out. Only the people outside knew about the time bomb. I was told about the whole thing, and so I followed the extension cords and picked up the alarm clock. How stupid of me. Wait, Rena.
I trusted you, Keiichi-kun. How could you?
Rena hit me with the backside of the hatchet earlier. It was painful, but it didn't kill me. This time, she was holding the hatchet the right way. It wouldn't just crack my forehead. It would split my entire head open. Rena lifted the hatchet mercilessly. She moved slowly as if everything was in slow motion. She looked almost divine. Maybe it really was holy. I was praying after all. Praying? What was I praying for? What does praying look in Japanese? Probably with a country character or two. Wait for that crazy music to hit. And that's the god category. Nani-o? What's going on here? I'm still waiting for the music to kick in. Or maybe this is a version that doesn't have music. No, there is. I was praying for my life. Oh shit!
Ah!
It was so sudden I couldn't tell what happened. Rika-chan had jumped onto Rena from behind. I didn't know what kind of weapon Rika-chan used, but Rena started mooning. It clearly hurts. Damn, Rika to the rescue. That brought me back to reality. I couldn't just watch them. How the fuck did they must have untied themselves when she was out somehow. I had to get the lighter from Rena.
Ah!
Don't think you can win with mere force. Rena knew I was after the lighter. She closed her fingers around tightly. Oh wait, no, it's probably it.
Don't think you can win with mere force.
Rika-chan was grabbing onto the arm Rena was holding the hatchet in. I wanted to tell her to run, but thanks to Rika-chan, I could use both of my hands to get at the lighter.
Ah!
The lighter flew out of Rena's hands. It hit the hallway wall and dropped down to the floor. I picked it up. At the same moment I did, Rena managed to shake off Rika-chan.
Keiichi-san! I know now, I figured it out! Wait, no, I know now, I figured it out!
I heard Satoko screaming from the classroom. How the fuck did Rika get out? Satoko had figured out where Rena hid the time bomb. Maybe Satoko or Mion or someone else might have untied her and she went out, but why Rika? I wanted to catch Rena, but I didn't have time for that. I had to do something about the time bomb instead. Oh shit, determination!
Keiichi, hurry up and go back to Satoko.
Rika-chan had spread her arms, blocking Rena's path forwards. What are you doing? Just run!
Keiichi, this isn't the first time I've done this for you. Don't you remember?
Eh?
If I tried a little harder the previous time, you could have made it. So this time, you are going to make it. Just go.
I don't know what Rika-chan was talking about. Is that in reference to what happened in Watanagashi and Makashi? Could be, but there was one thing I did know. Just like Rena and Mion were ready to give up their lives for their friends, and I was willing to give up mine. Or maybe this scenario played out before and didn't end well. Rika-chan was prepared for that too, but it could be referencing Watanagashi and Makashi, the events of that. Therefore, telling Rika-chan to run was like telling her she wasn't my friend. And so it was I will depend on my friend Rika-chan. Thank you, Rika-chan.
Keiichi-san, we are running out
of time. Leaving it to Rika-chan, I dashed to the classroom. Whoever voice whose voice that was supposed to be, just imagine it was slowed down, and that's why it sounded weird. Leaving it to Rika-chan, I dashed for the classroom. As soon as Rika heard Keiichi's footsteps reach the classroom door, she sighed in relief. I guess now it's Rika's perspective. As she did, Rena's black shadow came ever closer.
That's great, that's great. This isn't a club activity, you know. You'll be killed for real. You'll be killed by an angry Rena. You're not afraid of me, are you? You're amazing, Rika-chan.
Rika grabbed the mop as she ran from the storage closet. She picked it up and held it upside down like a spear. I think that's gonna do well against the hatchets. Rika stance told Rena that she was ready to fight. Rika didn't look like a little girl anymore. She looked so brave that Rena was even startled by it.
Boy, you really are amazing. You aren't afraid of being killed at all, huh?
Rika smiled cynically. Rika usually never smiled this way. Well, too bad we didn't get to see it. That'd be interesting.
Rika would be afraid of death. I've experienced several hundred deaths up until now. Why should I be afraid of it all of a sudden?
It's like, oh, it's all coming together there.
You're not Rika-chan, are you? You're the one I met that night. Show yourself, alien. Where's the real Rika-chan? The real Rika. She's right here. Me pa! Ah, the way you're looking down on me, that really is like Rika-chan. I get it. Higurashi-sama's an alien. The Furude family is descended from him, and therefore you are descended from aliens. I'll crack open your head and drag out all the parasites in your brain.
Rena raised her hatchet and charged at Rika with a scream.
Here! One swing is all I need to smash your head open.
Rena looked like a beast charging towards its prey. Rika took a step backwards and lowered her body, preparing to counterattack. She did that with no hesitation. Oh, she's getting sassy now.
Even a minute is plenty. I'll play with you. Come on, hatchet girl.
Rika is just like there's so much more to Rika's character that we haven't really fully seen yet. And again, you know, the next answer arc will go into much more detail, because I'm pretty sure, if I recall, she's the protagonist of the next answer arc. But it's not been released yet, there's no updates. It's just like, well, it was released multiple times before, but it's not available anymore, so we have to wait till they release it again. Just, it's taking forever, but anyways. Who's this?
You don't get it, kid, Stan. All the things are already in place this morning.
Oh, now it's Satoko's perspective. Calm down, Satoko. Explain more slowly so I can understand. What are you trying to say?
It's simple if you just remember. Come on, it's quite obvious when you do. Hey, something stinks today. Close the windows. Silly, it'll be hotter here if we close the windows. Yeah, remember that?
From freaking back in September when I was still uploading, but no, August. Oh wait, was it September? I think it was, yeah. Was it? Oh, I think, maybe. Was it September? When did I last upload? Because it makes no sense if I, like, it must have been, it must have been, right? Yeah, that was September. I got confused there for a second. Remember that, though? From over a month ago? They had been smelling gasoline coming from outdoors. There were no forestry service people in the office, so they weren't doing any work today. It was foreshadowing. Foreshadowing, not forestry. The smell wasn't coming from anywhere they were, anything they were doing. In other words, it was the smell of Rena's gasoline. Rena hid the gasoline near the classroom. She had it in a plastic container. You can't smell gasoline that's in a plastic container. So in other words, she had more gasoline ready than just in the container she used to spread it around the classroom. Where was the smell coming from? Was it coming from outside? Was it? Cliffhanger! Yes, it was. Thankfully, you don't have to wait a freaking month again for the next part. But that'll do for this record session, because my throat is like, a bit, you know. So I'll see you next time when we continue this epically long, lengthy chapter that is only rivaled by how long it takes for another answer arc to get released. But anyways, I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time.